Okay, so we have our client in a sideline position and we're going to approach the back from this angle. So we already have the draping in place, which is in another video if you need to refresh that. But once we have access to the back here, my client's arm is holding the sheet down along her side, so she's nice and protected there. And I'm just going to add some lotion to my hands and come in with my effleurage strokes to start my back massage. In a sideline position, we can address both sides of the back just as much as you can get to with some of your lighter opening and closing strokes. And then we're going to primarily be working on the side of the back that is closer to the ceiling, addressing this side. And then after we have our client turn over, we would address the other side of the back there. The biggest thing with our back massage here is really to be thinking about your own body mechanics as you're addressing this area. So I still want to have some nice straight lines through my wrists, my elbows, all the way up to my shoulder, and a nice lunge with most of my strokes. But I don't want to be following my strokes with my head, getting this bend in my waist and my neck as I'm working. So just be mindful of that. You can step your back foot out away from the table as you apply your strokes here. Usually if you're getting a little too close, that's when you start to lean in. All right, so I'm going to go through our basic massage here, coming down the back and starting with some circular friction along the hips. You see that the strokes you already know, most of them work pretty well in a sideline position. We're going to come up to do some petrissage on the latissimus dorsi region. Up in the scapula. Instead of pushing away, which rolls my client forward, I'm just going to pull back with my shingle strokes here. And again, stepping back in a lunge to address this area. Then I can come up into the upper traps here and use a horse stance for my petrissage. So raking. Friction works well and sideline as well. And then I can come down to address the erector spinae group. They're nice long strokes here. Constantly adjusting my position to make sure I have a nice straight alignment through my body, not bending my neck too much to look down at what I'm doing. Can do some friction through these areas, pinning that tissue down by the hip. So you can see that all of our warm-up strokes work pretty well for the back of the body in a sideline position. From here, if I want to address an area more specifically, I might try a couple of different things here. So for the upper back, up through the neck in this position, I'm just going to gently press the shoulder down here and use my other hand to do some ironing strokes through the upper back, the upper traps here. You could even do some petrissage from this angle to warm things up even further. If you wanted to work around the scapula, we have some friction strokes we can do here and can support at the shoulder to get in around the scapular region. If I want to address the erector spinae group a little more specifically, I could do some circular friction working down along the spine. I could even do a forearm stroke for this area, just again, supporting at the shoulder, coming down nice and low. And then just being sure that as I work down the back, I'm not digging into the spinous processes, but just working that erector spinae group. So I get nice and low to start that, sliding up here, and then a side lunge to propel my body down along the back. A couple of nice things you can do down along the hip line here for the low back, again, would be that circular friction, just some more specificity there. You could do the cross fiber friction along the attachment of the erector spinae group at the iliac crest. And those spreading strokes that we learned, where we come up along the rib cage and the other hand is on the hip, we can lean in to spread the low back and then just glide with the other hand. And we could also sink in with our hand curved a little bit to address the quadratus lumborum. And I'm just squatting down low in a horse stance here, sinking in to address that area. So those are some ideas you could use for your back massage. Of course, you'd use some lighter strokes to finish up any deeper work you've done. And again, addressing both sides before you close out the back in this position. But a sideline position really gives you some time to be creative and just try some new strokes from a different position and see what works really well for you.